How are we doing, people? How are we doing? Good evening. Welcome back to Monday Nights with Elder Sim Racing. This time around the JTCC Japanese Touring Car Championship live at Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona, home of the Spanish omelette. Lovely jubbly. Yes, like omelette every now and again. But welcome, welcome. Got a couple of new drivers this evening. Maybe a one-off or maybe permanent, but we shall wait and see how they get on and if they enjoy it this evening. In Spain, Spain, it's a bit dull out there. If it being in Spain, it'd be nice and sunny. But yeah, Circuit de Catalunya, a lot of history behind this track, but I'll go through that in a moment. Ben Cosgrove, he's new this evening. He did do the Eliminator on Friday, and he did actually win that Eliminator. He came out on top, grabbed the top prize. It was a great event that night. So Ben Cosgrove, he's here. So welcome to Ben. We also have Marshall 2012. He's new this evening as well to the league, to the ESR JTCC. It's a pleasure to have them here. Let's see what they're made of. SM Splash is here this week. Like I said, Ben, he's new this evening. Rob, currently holding the title. Can he keep holding that title come the end? We shall wait and see. God give John had a good outing last week. Actually won around Autopolis. Biggin was missing. Biggin wasn't very well, so I hope he's okay this evening. Nick had a good points haul last week as well. There's only about 7 drivers. But this evening, a few more drivers. Peg as well. Peg Newsom, he's back this evening, working and whatnot. But he's here now. Like I said, Marshall's the he's here. He's new to the JTCC. Let's see how he does. Timmy joined late last week. It was about 5 minutes in the race, but unfortunately we couldn't restart because it was quite a few minutes in. But let's see if he can regain the points this week. AXR on the rear of his car. But then we have Moz. Moz was sitting there. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe a bit of cake or a cup of tea or a coffee or something. But Moz, the past few weeks we've had Moz, we've had Ryan McVeigh. Who else was there? And Biggin battling away around Fuji. And then last week it was Ryan, Moz, and I think now was it Rob up there? I think so. I can't remember. But anyway, old age getting to me now. But yeah, I forgot already. But apart from that, I'm Darren Baldwin, Idleful Gaming, admin of ESR. got Nick the Hammer Games. He is the founder of Elder Sim Racing, along with his wife Kim. She does all the thumbnails, all the fancy posters and whatnot. I think there's a thumbnail attached to this video, so people that look at the screen will be like, oh, look at that, you know, JTCC GR2 GR3. We'll have a bit of that. We'll watch that 50-minute endurance prior to a 10-minute qualifications in regards to tyre compounds. They know the score. The new drivers, if they're listening, they've read the rules. I've sent the rules to them. Just run that racing soft, racing medium, racing hard for that minimum amount of time. You can run it long if you wish. So it's 10 minutes. Don't run the racing super softs during the race, at the start of the race. You can only run them during qualification. So the likes of, you go out on the racing hard and then pit at the end of that lap, swap to the racing super soft, do your qualification, and it will automatically switch back to the racing hard. So you don't have to do nothing. Just don't change in the settings. As soon as you qualify, like after you qualify, and then, oh yeah, I'll start the race to super softs. There's a faster tyre. That's not how it works. You will incur a penalty as well. If you don't run the minimum amount of time on the tyres, you don't get rid of the penny on the start finish straight. Again, you will incur a penalty. The new guys, I think they've read the rules. You know, they're new to the league. You can let them off the first race, but as long as they know for future races, this is where you got to get rid of penalties. There's certain marker points. Start finish straight, and I think in the start finish straight, and where God Give John's going through now, so start finish straight before the next lap, yeah, get rid of that. But if you pick it up during the actual race, I'm thinking if Nick's watching or Kim's watching along this straight as well, and on this back straight, I think that'd be ideal as well. So 2 penalty zones, I think. If Nick can just comment in chat, or Kim can let me know. Start finish straight for your next lap, and that little bit of a straight back there. I think that's ideal to get rid of penalties. In regards to points, Ryan McVeigh unfortunately didn't get a 4th win in a row, but he has got 3 in a row. God Give John one last week. Can he do it again? Can he get a repeat this week? Can Nick or Rob finally get a win? And, you know, just get that points haul back. Biggin's back this week. Biggin, never underestimate Biggin. On the racing hard, you can just go on, and you can still battle. We've got STM Splash as well. You can give a good going as well. Peg Newsom there, who's working last week. Timmy's one to watch as well. Ben, I know his race pace. He's a very rapid driver, and I'm sure he'd be giving it a go as well. DCC on the front of his car. Shell Lawman Motorsports, so he's obviously read the rules. Idle Gaming on the back, do appreciate that. Apart from that, go for the points quickly. What to expect this evening? What's going to happen? I don't know. Certainly Catalunya, some parts of the track it can become tricky, especially heading down towards the first semi-chicane sort of thing, you know. But let's get the chat up. Who's chatting to me? One viewer who is chatting to me. Chatty, is it Kim? I bet it's Kim. Who wants to put a bet on it? It's Kim. Kim. I bet Kim's chatting to me. Kim. There we are. There it is there. So Kim. Hello. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for the thumbnail. Share this link around if you can, Kim, if it's you. Put it on like Instagram and whatnot, or wherever. Just share it around a bit more. I put it in my page, and I put it on Elder Sim Racing. I put it in the admin, and I put it in the GR2 chat as well. But during qualification, I normally do it like an onboard lap with a car, and then during the race as well, I do an onboard lap with a car. But my keyboard is temperamental at the minute in regards to certain keys, and I'm finding everything else is working bar the replays. Now, I know how to work replays, but for some reason this keyboard's like, no, you're not doing them. So I'm hoping tonight, I gave it a clean and whatnot, so I'm hoping it'll be a good boy. Hoping it'll be a good boy. That's better, my joke. Nick, so it's you, so it's not Kim. I thought it was Kim. Can Kim get this round a bit, Nick? You know, get it on, like, I don't know, get it posted just a bit more. So I've done it in 2 places. I've done the chats as well. But yeah, just a few more places, mate. That'd be much appreciated. Moz leading the way at the minute. Yeah, so the fastest lap. We'll go back and have a look. So I think it's Ben at this moment in time. I think Ben is Leading the God Give John actually. God Give John 136.397. Now from last week, God Give John, he got his strategy bang on. He was a really totally different driver last week. I mean, his strategy worked out. He had the advantage. He had like what, around about a 10-second advantage around that area, and he just planned it out. He had it all. He had it all perfected. You know. It's just, can people do the same this evening and make the racing even closer? Because close racing in these rapid GR2 cars, it does impress. Yeah, Moz just going around this moment in time in his Turner livery. Moz running a bit wide, Biggin, he's here this week. Biggie. Marshall out and about in his Bluemobile. But then we've got Nick the Hammer Games in the pit. They're just waiting now for qualification. Qualification is actually in 1 minute's time. Yeah, penalties, I think. Serve it, yeah, main straight and that back straight, Nick, if you can hear me, that, you know, the back straight towards that left hander, that tight left hairpin, I think do 2 penalty zones this evening. See, we know GT Sport at the minute with the penalties that they're quite easy to, you know, pick up in certain places where you're not at fault, but it's up to Nick. Like I said, he's running the thing. I'm not. I'm just sat here blabbering away like I normally do. So let's go through the points this moment in time. Ryan, you making an appearance this evening or no? I don't think Ryan will be here this evening, so qualification will be at 8 o'clock. So in regards to points, it's sort of close, and I think if Ryan doesn't make it this evening, depending how Panos gets on, so leading the way is Ryan McVeigh, that's Hatterlad, he's not here, with 120 points. Then in the second we have God Give John, which is Panos, with 114, so he's 6 behind God Give John. He's actually in the pits, he's in 8, but he's 6 behind Ryan McVeigh. Then in third we have Morris, that's Gareth Morris. He's leading the way at the minute. It says number 1 above his car, but he's out on track and he's leading in the timings, so that's why he's showing in first position. So Morris in third with 110 points, 10 points behind Ryan McVeigh. Then in fourth, STM Splash, I think he's there. Yeah, STM Splash, he is there. He's in fourth, 94 points, 26 points behind. Then we have Rob, the guy holding that cup at this moment in time, in 10th. There's Rob there. He's currently in 5th with 82 points. Then we have Timothy Gill. He's in 6th with 76. Timothy, where have you gone? He's in 2nd at this moment in time. Qualification is starting. In 7th we have Nick the Hammer Games, Nick Sargent, who's 72. In 8th we have Andy White, that's Biggin, with 64. And then going back, Clifford in 9th with 28. Newsom, who is here in 10th, he has 16 points, 104 points behind Swire. Christian Swire unfortunately won't be back this season. And I think Westall, he's not here either. No, he's not. Technica's not here either. Snod's not here as well. So Technica Racing, Westall in 12th, and we got Simon Smith in 13th to the rear. So that's your current standings. Like I said, a few drivers haven't made it the past couple of rounds. I don't know in regards to them coming back. I'm not quite sure, but we'll just have to wait and see. So now it's up to the drivers. Will they dive into the pit and change for them racing super soft during qualification? Because like I said before, they can run the super soft tyre during qualification, they can't run it during the race. So ideally, with the likes of God Give John, where's God Give John? God Give John, God Give John. So someone's on the racing super soft. So Ben Cosgrove there, he's opted for the racing super softs now. I think that it'll be let off this week because the racing super soft isn't a tyre to start on during the race, and I got a feeling unless he switches to the racing super softs and crosses the timing line before qualification ended, then that's all right. But it's his first night here, so you know it's a learning curve. Biggin on the racing hard now. I got a feeling Biggin may dive into the pits and just swap for that racing super soft tyre. Moz has, so it looks like Moz's gonna switch to that tyre. Yeah, Biggin's diving into the pits along with Rob. Rob's in the pits as well, SM Splash as well. So we've got a group of cars jumping in. Timmy Timmy as well. Even though he's on the Racing Soft, it's still a quick tyre, but the Racing Super Soft is that little bit quicker. Marshall, Marshall's going to do a qualification lap on the Racing Mediums. I mean, fair play to him, because Marshall's doing his first hot lap. We will go bonnet view because he's actually doing his hot lap. So these cars coming out the pits, they'll be doing another out lap. So we've got Marshall heading down to turn 1 and heading to turn 2. Perfect these S's if you can, don't run it too wide. That's very nice indeed. Hug this inside curve if you can. Get really tight and then slowly just bring the car out to the left. So it's around turn 2, 3 and 4. Head up to 5 now. Go around 5. The class this is 5 on the track map. 5, then we head down to 6, which is the left-hander. This is key as well. Just be careful that rear end. Hit up to 3rd now. As you see there, he's sliding underneath the bridge. Now this section here, the left hand, you want to hug that curb if you can. Try and run the 2 wheels in the inside of that curb. You can do that, so you won't pick up a penalty. So in regards to penalties as well, get rid of it along this back straight. Get rid of penalty along this back straight, and then on the start finish straight before your next lap. Left hander, left hairpin. Nicely does it, Marshall. Very nice indeed. Like I said, the Marshall's new this evening to the league. It's a pleasure to have him here, and Ben Cosgrave as well. Ben Cosgrave 137.048, currently on provisional pole. So Marshall going through the final chicane. This as well can be tricky. On the exit of this chicane, you don't want to hit that gravel or the green AstroTurf because your tyres get dirty, then it'll force you out to left. So head around the final turn and crossing the start timing line now, and he has done a 139.217. So that's a hot lap there from Marshall. But Ben Cosgrave 137.048. Currently on provisional pole. God Give John is now starting his hot lap. So God Give John on his hot lap. Moz as well. Remember, these guys pitted in the first lap. They've done the out lap. Now they're starting their hot lap. So can anyone take that pole position off of Ben? Now with Ben, I'm a little bit worried if Ben will start on the Racing Super Soft. Yeah, maybe he didn't quite read that bit, but starting the Racing Soft if you can, or Racing Medium, Racing Hard. But like I said, it'd be let off. You know, it's a learning curve for a lot of drivers. He's almost half a second up on his time, so still purpose sector for him. Marshall still currently sitting in 2nd. But got lights of God Give John, Moz, Rob, Biggin, and lights coming up now with Timmy, Nick Hammergains, Peg Newsom as well. Nick there in his NASCAR livery. He loves it. So let's see how Ben's getting on. Ben come around the final section now through the chicane. Has he improved on his time? So Ben go around that final corner, heading to the start timing line now. It looks like he has improved. He has done a 137.012. Only slightly, but it's enough. Marshall, is he purple anywhere? Is he blue anywhere? No, he's not. So God Give John coming through that chicane as well. So God Give John will be the 3rd car to actually do a hot lap and place a time. So God Give John, can he bet Ben Cosgrove in 1st? God Give John coming around now. Looks like he's going to hit at 36, doesn't it? Yeah, God Give John 136.700. Moz takes 2nd at 136.944. And then we got SM Splash taking the lead, 136.425. Very impressive, very impressive. So Ben's got it all to do, you know. Rob as well, he's done a good time, 137.427. I want Rob to have a good race this evening. Try and get on the podium if he can, because he's lacked a bit of pace. I don't normally see that from him, but this season he has. Don't know if work he's tired and whatnot, but God Give John up 2nd. Peg Newsom there in 3rd, 136.704. Very impressive. Must enjoy this track. Nick the Hammergains as well. Nick the Hammergains has improved. He's up to 9th, 137.626. But we've got Marshall there in 10th, 139.217. Still on the Racing Mediums, not opting to pit for the Racing Super Soft, or a Racing Soft maybe. SM Splash leading the way, sit behind Biggin. So Slipstream will help as well. So Biggin will want to improve on his time. So Biggin's thinking, like, you know, give me that Slipstream. I want your Slipstream. I have in mine. You're currently on pole. You don't need no more time. So we've got Biggin there. Blue sector for him. SM Splash. Let's see how he's getting on. Ben Cosgrove in the pits now. Let's see what he does. We've got 3 minutes left. There's enough time to do one more lap. thereabouts. SN Splash heading through the final chicane. Who's coming around as well? God Give John looks like he has improved on his times. God Give John heading towards the timing line now. God Give John, he does indeed. 1:36.6068. So he's on provisional pole. SN Splash, can he improve on that? No, he's in the pits changing them tyres. Nice set of tyres, fresh set of tyres. Just go for it. You know, just go for it. Peg Newsom there in third. Very impressive from him this moment in time. We've got Marshall coming around. He's lost a bit of time, I think, on the racing mediums. If I was him, I would have pitted, got a race super soft, then dive back out. You know, but it's his choice at the end of the day. God Give John still leading away. 1:36.068 on provisional pole. SN Splash coming out the pits now. Peg Newsom heading towards that first corner. Moz there, 1:36.944. Can Moz improve on his time? Ben Cosgrove. Can Ben Cosgrove improve as well? Ben Cosgrove, fresh set of racing super soft, so he's going for one stonking lap. Ben Cosgrove. We've got Biggin as well. Biggin, can he improve on his time? Can Biggin get that pole position? He's on the racing soft. Just over half a tank of fuel. We've got Rob as well. Rob, I'm rooting for Rob this evening. I really am, because I want him to have a good point score. I want to get on the podium for once this season. Rob there in 7th. Timmy, I think these two are teammates, Robin, Timmy, in some sort of group. So Timmy there in 8th, 1:37.428. Then we have Nick Hammergain still in 9th. Nick the Hammergain still in 9th, 1:37.626. Nick, I want you to get 7th this evening if you can. Marshall there in 10th in the gravel. It's quite difficult, you know. These cars are so fast and they're tricky as well. In regards to the Japanese Touring Car Championship, it is Japanese-based cars, so like the Honda, the Nissan, and so on, the Lexus as well. So Japanese region, so hence why it's called Japanese Touring Car Championship. Also check out Andy Hopley on Elder Sim Racing channel number 1. He's covering the GR3 JTCC League. And then we have the likes of Kim posting all the posters and that on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and so on, you know. Peg Newsom in 3rd. Has improved on his time, but he's still in 3rd position. Now, it's under half a second between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Timmy's just outside of that range, 1:36.744. So he's currently up to 4th. So Peg Newsom is surprised at the minute. Peg Newsom there in 3rd. Can he get that 2nd or maybe that pole position? Some of them now will be on their final lap. Moz there in 5th. Timmy's pitting. So he's like, yeah, I've had enough now. I'm just going to sit in the pits for a little bit. Moz there in 5th. Can Moz improve? We're told by this sector coming up. Oh yeah, purple sector for Moz there. Final sector of this track. Can he get that pole? Is purple at the minute. Where's God Give John? God Give John's coming around now. This will be interesting. So Moz there in 5th, purple sector. God Give John, has he done a purple sector? It does look like it, to be honest with you. It didn't come up. That's weird. SN Splash. He's coming up now. Can SN Splash get... He's purple anyway. Yeah, and again, he's up massively. Compared to Moz there in 4th. Moz lost a bit of time. So we've got the likes of SN Splash. He can grab that pole position. So let's see what he does. Ben Cosgrove up to 2nd. God Give John 1st. God Give John crossing the line now. He has improved on his time. Oh, he hasn't actually. He hasn't. So SN Splash, can he get that pole? SN Splash, come around that final corner. Heading towards the start timing line now. SN Splash has a 1:35.643. Wow. Brilliant time there for SN Splash on pole. Fantastic time. God Give John in 3rd. That's Panos. Ben Cosgrove. God Give John in 2nd. Ben Cosgrove 3rd. Peg Newsom in 4th. Moz in 5th. Timmy in 6th. Biggin in 7th. Rob in 8th. Nick the Hammergain's in 9th. And we have Marshall there to the rear in 10th. 3.5 seconds behind. But now we head on to a 50-minute endurance. I think Ben will start on the racing super soft. So, you know, they probably get rid of it in the lap 1. He's probably listening to me now. If you have got the race super soft for the race, Ben, ideally get rid of it like end of the first half if you can. But mistakes happen. SN Splash on pole. Very good lap from him indeed. He's got a new livery as well, hasn't he? What was he saying earlier about someone from Australia doing his livery? So yeah, very nice livery from SN Splash on pole. 1:35.643. Stonking lap there. God Give John. in second. Can he get another win? You know, can he make it 2 out of 2? Ben Cosgrove, can he pull it out the bag? Peg Newsom, he'll be one to watch as well, because he's up in 4th. Moz in 5th. Moz was purple, but then he lost that bit of time for the final section of the lap, you know. Then we got Timmy there in 6th, Biggin in 7th, Rob in 8th. Biggin, I feel, Biggin likes to run the slower tyre for longer. So Biggin, I feel, will run the racing hard first and he'll go for the longest stint. Rob, I don't know what type, maybe the racing medium or racing soft, which I'll wait and see. Nick the Hammer Games, I know he's a bit unwell, he's got the cold, but you know, stick with it, Nick, you do alright, you do alright. And Marshall there, Marshall in 10th. But yeah, that's qualification done, ladies and gentlemen. Now we head on to a 50-minute endurance. Anything can happen around Catalunya, anything. But anyway, sit back, relax, get some sweets or chocolate, and we shall be getting underway now for a 50-minute endurance while we're in this interval. I'm going to get a quick drink, you know, refresh the throat and whatnot. So then, we have SN Splash, we have Panos 2nd, Ben Cosgrove 3rd, Peg 4th, Moz 5th, Timmy 6th, Biggin 7th, Rob 8th, Nick 9th, and we have Marshall there in 10th. So who will get a perfect start? It's about the run down to that first turn. It can be very tricky, you know. What's going on with this? Oh, really? So SN Splash slow off the line, bogged down a little bit. God Give John is 2nd with Ben Cosgrove there in 3rd, but Ben Cosgrove's got the attention of Peg Newsom. Like Moz as well. Moz is behind Ben Cosgrove. Easy does it into the first corner. Peg Newsom, Ben Cosgrove ran it a bit deep, so Peg Newsom as well into the gravel. That will compromise him. Be careful how you come back on, Peg, because you will affect other drivers, but very well held there. Very well held there, my friend. So Robin 7th, Biggin in 8th, Nick the Hammer Games didn't get that perfect start like he always does for the last couple of rounds, but he's up to 8th. He's up to 8th, battling out with Biggin there. Then we've got Marshall down the rear and 10th. So at the front we go quickly. So we've got SN Splash still leading away, but he's got the attention of God Give John behind. Twitch there from God Give John. Then we've got Ben Cosgrove in 3rd. Ben Cosgrove in 3rd. Moz behind him under half 2nd. We've got Timmy as well. Timmy, so Peg Newsom with that bit of a moment for him. He's still there, but he's slowly falling back from Timmy, as we can see on track. I need to get the other detailings up. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Let me get all the race info out so you can see what's going on. We've got Rob there in 7th. Then we've got Big in there in 8th. We've got Nick the Hammer Games in 9th and Marshall up to 10th. So in regards to what tyre they're using, so SN Splash there, he's on racing soft. God Give John racing soft. Moz racing soft. Ben Cosgrove, yeah, racing super soft. So he's probably, yeah, he's heard me. Fair play to you, Ben. Fair play to you. So end of the first lap, he's dived in. Now he's swapping for the racing soft. Fair play to him. You know, he must have heard me. SN Splash still leading the way in 1st position, but he has got that close attention of God Give John in 2nd. You know, so God Give John, he's not letting him. Oh, massive moment there for SN Splash. Heading around the 2nd turn, the long right-hander, the sweep right-hander. God Give John is in the inside of a SN Splash, side by side. Can God Give John get this move done? Still side by side, great racing. God Give John gets that move. He takes that 1st position. Now can God Give John, Panos, can he break away? Moz up to 3rd with Ben pitting. That's enabled a few drivers to move up a position. So Moz there in 3rd, Timmy in 4th, Peg Newsom in 5th. Robin in 6th now, Biggin in 7th, Marshall in 8th. He's got past Nick the Hammer Games in 9th, Ben Cosgrove in 10th position. He's on the racing hard, so he's opted for the racing hard, fair play. So go for that longer stint. So God Give John still leading the way with SN Splash behind. Yeah, SN Splash behind God Give John. He won't let God Give John pull away so easily. SN Splash will sit in the slipstream, but they got the attention there of Moz in 3rd and Timmy in 4th. So Timmy breaking away from Peg Newsom there in 5th, even though there was anyway. But in certain sections, Peg Newsom is bringing it back ever so slightly. Biggin, Rob, Marshall, Nick, battling it out for that 6th position. Can Nick gain a few positions? Can Marshall as well? Marshall in 8th. We've got Rob in 7th. We've got Biggin in 6th. So from Biggin's point of view, he'll have Rob in the slipstream. Rob's pulling to the right there of Biggin. And we've also got Marshall. Marshall on the racing medium. What's happened to Nick? What has happened to Nick? Nick's had a bit of a moment. Nick ain't well. So I don't know what's happened to Nick. Ben Cosgrove there, ghosting in his car. He's out of ghost mode now. He's on the racing hard, waiting for them to warm up. But again, I just find it odd how my keyboard doesn't like to work at times, and it's very frustrating. Maybe another keyboard, I don't know. So SN Splash, set in 2nd, but falling back a bit now from God Give John there in 1st. So Moz in 3rd. Let me just do this again. Let me just see if this replay will work, because when this happens, it's very annoying. So I've got to unplug the wire and then plug it back in for it to work. You know, I don't know why. I don't know why. Nothing wrong with the keyboard. But anyway, enough of that. We'll get back to the racing. God Give John leading the way. SN Splash in 2nd. Moz in 3rd. So SN Splash needs to catch up to God Give John, because God Give John 1 second lead now over SM Splash. God Give John there in 1st. Fast lap 136.716 from God Give John. SM Splash in 2nd. This moment in time 137.723. Moz in 3rd. Moz in 3rd. His last lap was a 136.692. So he's done the fastest lap at the race at this moment in time. Timmy in 4th. 137.421 is his fastest lap. Peg Newsom there in 5th. Peg Newsom 137.269 in 5th. Then we got Rob still battling away with Marshall and Biggin. Rob there 140.083 is his fastest lap at this moment in time. They've got Marshall in 7th at 144.13. Biggin now down to 8th. He has done a 141.389. With some of them being on the racing hard slower tyre, it will happen. What's going on with Nick? What's the matter with Nick? Nick seems to be struggling. So Nick the Hammer Game's in 9th. Has he got a problem with his wheel? 206.200. And we've got Ben Cosgrove tracing down Nick. He has done a 141.529. Now has Nick got a problem with his wheel at all? Because he seems to be weaving. No, we'll keep an eye on Nick. So leading the way still, God Give John. Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well, God Give John. He's like pulling out of the bag the last few races, and Moz there in 3rd as well. Moz is just buying his time. His gaps are appearing now between the top 5. Rob and Marshall still battling away for 6th and 7th, and we've got Biggin in the background in 8th. So can Marshall get that 6th position off of Rob? This will be interesting, because Rob, he's holding that title this moment in time. He won it in season 1. So can anyone take that cup off of him? With Hatterland not being here, that's enabled God Give John, depending where God Give John comes, if he wins the race, he's got the advantage, you know. Quite a points difference there to Hatterland. So Marshall still behind Rob there in 6th, but Marshall on the racing medium and Rob on the racing hard. So Marshall is on a quicker tyre, so it's down to Marshall to see when he can pass. Biggin as well, racing hard. Nick the Hammer Games still battling away with Ben Cosgrove. Nick the Hammer Games in 9th, and we got Ben Cosgrove there to the rear in 10th on the racing hard. So up we go quickly. Yeah, SN Splash is still there or thereabout. He's keeping it round the 2nd mark, and that's very interesting. So he's in the zone. So any slight error from God Give John, who's leading the way, SN Splash will just come on through, you know. But Moz is falling back slightly from SN Splash, a 3-second gap now. Peg Newsom, comfy in 4th at this moment in time. 13 seconds behind him is Rob there in 5th. Rob's still patting away with Marshall, who's in 6th. Then we've got Biggin in 7th. Biggin is just, again, these two have a moment or error or coming together. Then Biggin will come on through, but then Biggin's got the attention of Timmy there. Timmy in 8th. Timmy in 8th. Let's see what he could bring on a racing soft. Bit of wear on his back left is wearing more than any other tyre. Nick the Hammer Games, how is your wheel getting on? He's still got Ben Cosgrove behind. So it's all about strategy in these races. The perfect strategy, who can come out on top and whatnot. It's SN Splash. Maybe he's hearing what I'm saying, you know, just keep it around that 1 second mark. But it is half a second out between these two, which is very, very fascinating. They are breaking away quite a bit from Moz there in 3rd. So SN Splash and God Give John already on the racing soft. Just remember that 10-minute, the minimum 10-minute on each compound. They're approaching that now, but some do like to go over that by like 4 minutes. That's their choice. Just don't go under it, that's all. Moz there in 3rd. 3.6 second back there from SN Splash. Peg Newsom in 4th, comfy, no one around him. He's just concentrating on getting Moz there. But these, massive moment there from Rob. Massive moment there from Rob. What happened? He was lucky not to lose that rear end then. Wow. He was so lucky. But Marshall, see pressure. That constant pressure from Marshall that enabled Rob to do an error, you know. So Marshall's like, gain the position now. Rob will get his head down now and just concentrate, get back up there if he can, and let's see what he can bring. You know, let's see what he can bring. So, recap again quickly. Rob with that bit of a moment now down to sit. Big in, falling back a bit in 7th. Nick the Hammer Games in 8th. And so we've got Timmy there. Timmy's exited the race. What's happened to Timmy? Right, okay, so we're left with 9 drivers now. That's unfortunate. I don't know if it's had a disconnection or anything. So God Give John leading away, sit in 1st position. Still got SN Splash behind. He's like, mate, wherever you go, I'm going. So roof bonnet camera mode with SN Splash, with God Give John up ahead. No one behind SN Splash, no one at all. So he's got that much of a margin, a 4.2 second gap. Cars pitting this moment in time, Robin Big in. So SN Splash is just buying this time. Now God Give John's keep it to that left, protecting that entry. You can brake really early and get a switchback if you can, you know. SN Splash, look for it there, but God Give John's protecting for his might. So these two are having an intense battle at this moment in time, hence using a lot of fuel. Moz is okay. He's got a bit more than the top 2, but they're still battling. We've got Peg Newsom there. He's done alright for fuel as well, you know. But it's between these two, this moment in time. SN Splash again with a moment coming out of that chicane. But God Give John, the fastest lap is SN Splash with 1:36.095 on lap number 4. So these two are still battling. I got a feeling this might go on for a long time. So God Give John in 1st. You can see the car in the distance there, but it's not enough ground. Because these two are just putting away from Moz in 3rd. But Moz being in 3rd is on the racing soft as well. Likewise, these two are up ahead, 1st and 2nd. Purple sector there from SN Splash. See, he's quicker in places than God Give John. Again, he's looking for a move onto God Give John. Moz in 3rd, Peg Newsom in 4th. What's happening further back? Marshall's pulled away now from Rob. Cars did pit. We've got Nick the Hammer Games, we've got Big In, Ben Cosgrove banning it out. So Big In 9th. Let's go on board with Big In. Let's see how he gets on. With Ben Cosgrove up ahead in 8th. Unfortunately, Timmy's retired from the race. So on board with Big In. Can he get to the back of Ben Cosgrove and pass him? So that slipstream effect is coming to full force. He pulls to the right. He's looking to get that move done. Very nice indeed there from Big In. Then later breaking. Ben Cosgrove looked to come back, but Big In protected it. So now Big In has to hunt down Nick the Hammer Games in 7th. Nick the Hammer Games in 7th. I don't know if he's got an issue with his wheel. I'm not quite sure because he was weaving down the start-finish straight. Nick the Hammer Games in 7th. I'll be interested to know if he's got a problem because he seems to be struggling a little bit. He's not well, but he's got the attention of Big In behind. So Big In 8th. Ben Cosgrove, he's struggling on that racing hard. which is understandable. So Biggin looking down the inside of Nick the Hammer Games. These two are battling side by side. Very good racing from these two. Nick the Hammer Games just falling behind now. Biggin gets that move done. Brilliant pass there. Nick the Hammer Games gives him the room. So let's go up quickly. Let's see what's going on. Godgive John has managed to put out a bit of a gap. So tyre wear now is coming into effect. But Godgive John has got more tyre wear than SN Splash. It's front left compared to SN Splash is front left as well. So Godgive John just needs to be careful. Moz there in third. Moz in third. Now doing a good job. He's 3.8 seconds ahead of Peg Newsom. So Peg Newsom has crawled out a bit of time from Moz there in third. We've got Rob there in fifth. 49 seconds behind Peg Newsom in fourth. Wow, that's a massive gap. Big in there in sixth. Nick the Hammer Games in seventh. Ben Cosgrove in eighth. Marshall opting for the racing hard now. Where does he come out? Around about the Nick the Hammer Games area. He separates Ben Cosgrove and Nick the Hammer Games. Yeah, so Marshall out in eighth. So he's worked out very well indeed. Ben Cosgrove there in ninth. He'd be looking at Marshall now saying, come here, laddo. I want that 8th position off you. But yeah, Ben's struggling on that racing hard. But he is going quite long on that tyre. So Marshall in 8th. Marshall's having a good race at the moment in time. So Marshall now can just concentrate. Even though he's on the racing hard, or that will happen. Until they get up to temperature, Marshall, you will be slidey. Peg Newsom there in the pits in 4th. So Peg Newsom, wonder what he'll go for. I reckon the racing medium. I think he'll do the racing hard last. Nick the Hammer Games. Nick the Hammer Games, is he doing okay? I just want to see how his car's getting on its steering. Yeah, it seems to be alright, but that weaving down the start finisher, I don't know what happened there. Godgive John leading the way. 1.9 second gap now, 1.8. So Godgive John got that bit of a gap. I will do an onboard lap with Godgive John. I know I've done it in qualification, but I will do it as well during the race. SN Splash, 1.7 second gap. Peg Newsom coming out the pits now. Where's Rob in regard? Rob coming through that chicane now. So Peg Newsom has got that bit of an advantage over Rob there in 5th. So Peg Newsom, yeah, he's comfy in that 4th at this moment in time. 42 seconds behind Moz, but Moz is yet to pit. So Godgive John, like I said, I will do an onboard lap with Godgive John. That's if he doesn't pit at the end of this lap. No, my luck, he probably will. Ben Cosgrove there now up to, well, he's still in 9th, but Marshall there in 8th. Nick the Hammer Games in 7th. Biggin in 6th. So the gap between 1st and 9th is 1 minute 9 seconds. So it's quite large, to be honest with you. They're coming through that final chicane now. So Godgive John, does he pit? Don't pit. Oh, just my luck, he pits. SN Splash pits. Moz, does Moz pit? No. So Moz is staying out. So the onboard lap will be done with Moz. Heading down the start finish straight now, crossing that timing line. So it's a long straight, you know, just goes on and on and on. And it's about the early braking. How late can you brake as well to perfect the entry to the ESR. So turn one, the right hander. Then we head on to turn number 2. Then a sweeping long 3 and 4. They class this as 3 and 4, the sweeping right hander. Then we head up to turn number 5, which is right hander again. Perfect this. You can run it quite deep into the gravel if you do that a bit later with breakers. Around the right hander, turn number 5. Then we head on to turn 6, which is the left hairpin-ish corner. So keep it in really tight there if you can. Nice there from Moz. Keep it out to right, pull it out to the right. Then we go up to 7 and 8. Turn 7, 8 and 9. So click that. Very nice indeed there from Moz. 7, we go to 8. And we go up to 9, the right hander. Coasting into that corner. Get out to, you know, 10, 11, 12 and so on. The left hander as well. A lot of overtakes can be done at this corner as well. You can get the cut back. And alright, don't run it too wide over onto that curve because you will pick up a penalty. Keep it really tight around this right hander as well. Bring it out to the left, just don't run it into that gravel. And through the final chicane. Now, it was never here years ago. It used to sweep around. This chicane weren't here. This was introduced quite a few years ago. But the old classic Catalunya, I seem to enjoy that track back in the day, but this one gets quite tricky. So Moz there in the pits. Godgive John coming around now. How's everyone else getting on? Nick the Hammer Games in the pits as well. So Godgive John in 2nd. He's quite a way behind. So Moz there still yet to arrive at its pit stop. But with GT Sport, like I say all the time when I'm live, they did increase the lap, the pit stop time. 31 minutes ago this race, fastest lap, SN Splash 1:36.095 on lap number 4. Moz just arrived now. God Give John will take lead of the race depending how much fuel Moz puts in. So Moz, yeah, he's putting quite a bit. I mean, he may maybe go full tank. Moz, no, just over half a tank. He's coming out of the pits now. Peg Newsom, where he's in regards to Moz. So yeah, he's gained a bit of ground back to Moz there in third. So Peg Newsom will see Moz up ahead, Fadley, and just put his foot down a little bit. But we've got Rob as well. Rob, but he took a bit of time out of Peg Newsom as well, to be honest with you. So Peg Newsom there in fourth. Yeah, Rob's he's still got a pit. I get that. Yeah, maybe when he pits and comes back out, he's that gap's gonna increase again, maybe a bit more. Got Big in there in sixth. He's yet to pit as well, but he's managing that fuel quite well. Marshall there in seventh, doing a good job as well. Ben Cosgrove in eighth. He's on the racing medium now, so he's going to look to push Nick the Hammer Games to the rear in ninth. Get the chat out quick. I've got people talking. I'm just ignoring. I do apologise. I'm not being rude. I'm just concentrating on the race. So let me get it up. Just say hello to a few people. Everyone's well. Where's my YouTube? So check out channel number 1, Elderson Racing. We've got Andy doing the GR3s, JTCC, very, very fascinating, that league. So Nick, who's talking to me? Hammer Games. Yeah. Hello, Kim. Hello. That's alright, Timmy, yeah. If you're not well, mate, too fake. Oh, they're unbearable when they happen, Timmy. It's fine, my man, it's fine. Hello, Kim. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's well. SN Splash still with that fast lap on lap number 4. Now, no one's beat that this moment in time. I know that was done on a racing soft, so SN Splash on a racing hard. God Give Johns opted for the racing medium. So for his middle stint, God Give John is looking to finish on that racing hard. So God Give John's looking for quite a quick few laps this time around, because when he gets on that racing hard, it's going to be slower times, you know. Hey, Darren, yeah, a bit of maths lesson there, wasn't it? Yeah, it's cool, mate. No worries at all, mate. If you're not well, anything like that, too fake, it does come unbearable. Just sort it out, mate. Get some, was it Umbasol on it or something? I know it will hurt if it hits a nerve, but get a bit of pain relief on that too, my man, or get some ice or something, or get some brandy, or get some whiskey or whatever, or vodka. So you're cool. Peg Newsom. Yeah, so Peg Newsom now, he's lost a bit of ground to Moz there in third. So I know Peg Newsom's on the racing hard, and we got Moz in the racing. So again, Moz is looking to the, yeah, and he has massively to the back there of SN Splash, and Moz. Yeah, he's taking a lot of time out of SN Splash. I know SN Splash is on the racing hard, so Moz now can just concentrate, just attack to the back of SN Splash, because Panos, God Give John, is pulling away in first position. 5.5 second gap between SN Splash and God Give John. Moz is gaining massively, so SN Splash has got to be aware of that approaching missile behind of Moz. Peg Newsom in fourth, coming along the straight now, but I think the battle for the lead of the race, the winner of this race, may come down to these three here, sorry. First, second and third. We've got God Give John, SN Splash and Moz. At this moment in time, the racing has been pretty close between these two, but Moz is now in the picture. 27 minutes ago, this race, where's time gone? I never know. Peg Newsom there in fourth. Big in as well, big in, you know, he's on the racing soft, and he's doing okay, you know, he's doing okay, and he's still got a bit of fuel. 6.3 second gap between him and Peg Newsom there in fourth. Marshall in sixth on the racing hard, so Marshall for his final stint will go into the racing soft. Rob there in the seventh on the racing soft now, nice fresh set, he could just push it. Ben Cosgrove on the racing medium. So Ben Cosgrove, for his final tyre allocation, will go on the racing soft as well. But the gap between him and third is quite massive, to be honest with you. So I think God give John now. Yeah, he's coming on the start finish straight now. So Ben Cosgrove in 8th. And Nick the Hammer Games in 9th. He's got a cold at this moment in time. He's full of coal. He says it's hitting him. But he's cracking on with it. Timmy, unfortunately, he's got a toothache, which is understandable. When they hit the nerve, you get a bit swelling in the nerve and whatnot. It's the worst pain in the world, toothache. Cool, I couldn't put up with it, put it that way. Mars there in 2nd. So Mars has got that move done. Yeah, so these two with SN Splash and that racing hard. I'm just trying to picture it, but I can't picture it at this moment. Normally I can by now, but I'm not going to. It's too much brain work, if you get what I mean. I can't see what's happened because, like normal, this, because I'm pressing the replay buttons now, right? So on my replay, you've got Z, you normally press V and Z for the marker. So I press it now, so I'll press it now, so I'll do that 18-second marker. So we'll wait for the 18-second marker, right? So I'm counting in my head now. So the replay after round about the 18-second, round about that mark, it's all automatically boom, do instant replay back. So if I press it now, it doesn't. You see, and it's very, very frustrating. I don't know why. Because I've never had a problem before. It's weird. It's absolutely weird. But if I do the race information, that's all okay. Got Godgift John there leading the way. We've got Moz there in 2nd as well. All this works, but in regards to, because I'm doing it right, so, you know, I've been doing commentary for a while, 4 months or so. But Peg Newsom there with a bit of a penalty above his car, but he's got rid of it now. Biggin in 5th. But yeah, it doesn't have none of it. I don't know why. I've got rid of the race information there. Biggin there in 5th. Doing okay, doing a good jobbio. Godgift John still leading away, 7.8 second gap, you know. And in regards to the JTCC, we had season 1, we're on season 2 now. Is it a case we do a 3rd season of the GR2? Now, if numbers pick up and they stay around that area in the GR2 leagues, the GR3, the JTCC is so popular. You know, people still want in that league now. Now with GR, I don't know if it's the car putting people off the GR2 category, but if it is, people just need to make us aware, and we can always, you know, improve it or change the car or whatnot. Nick, run it a bit deep, he's probably listening to me, but numbers have dropped ever so slightly for whatever reason, you know. So like I said, GR3, if people want the 2 GR3 or they want a different car or whatnot, but they need to approach us with ideas as well. Approach me, Nick, Kim, Andy, Malcolm, whatever, you know. Just give us an idea, because I know a lot of people like the GR2 in this year. We've got Godgift John, we've got Mod, SN Splash, Rob, Ron, season 1. Nick, I know he enjoys them as well. But it's not everyone's cup of tea, you know. So yeah, so what's getting out there as well. In regards to ESR, I put this on my Idle 4 gaming page as well. Always looking for new drivers, still looking for new drivers for the Yaris League. That's tier 3, that's starting not this Friday, next Friday. Got 3 new tiers starting. We've got the tier 1, the elite, tier 2, which is GR4, that's the world's touring car super cup or something like that. That's tier 2, that's intermediate. Then we got the junior category, which is the Yaris Cup. Still spaces in that league, funny enough, and we have got 1 place in am I right in saying this, in League 1? I think I'm right, I think I'm wrong, I don't know. It's one of the two, 50-50 on that one, but want to get that bit out there. So in regards to the tiers as well, there'll be like thumbnails created and Kim be adding them. So expect that each week as well, just to show off ESR a bit as well. But Godgift John still leading the way in 1st position, Moz there in 2nd. Yeah, so Godgift John, this moment in time, 22 minutes to go. He's just taking it nice and easy, nice and steady. He's looking after them tyres, the fuel. He's going to have to pit in a lap or 2, but he's doing a good job, you know. Moz there in 2nd, Peg Newsom in 3rd, SN Splash on the racing medium now, in 4th. So maybe he's looking to go to the end or do the 10 minutes and go on the racing soft. God Give John now pitting, but God Give John had that enough for gap over SN Splash. I think he's okay. Moz does take lead of the race again with God Give John pitting. When will Moz pit? That's the thing. Maybe he could go 2 extra laps. This lap, another lap, and then pit at the end of the second lap. But we'll wait and see. God Give John now changing the tyres, put a bit of fuel in. 21 minutes to go of this race. SN Splash there in 4th. He's a bit far away now. Yeah, he's quite a way back. So Peg Newsom takes that second. God Give John coming out of the pit. I thought so on the racing hard. So I think God Give John, like last week, will finish on the racing hard as well. That this will be his final stint on them tyres. How's everyone else getting on? SN Splash in 4th. Rob in 5th. Biggin in 6th. So Rob in 5th. He said all he wants to do tonight is score some points, you know, some decent points. And 5th is quite decent in regards to points. Biggin there in 6th. Hope he's fully recovered from his illness. We've got Ben Cosgrove there in 7th. He'll probably jump into the pits and get them racing soft at some point. No, he's looking to do an extra lap. Nick the Hammer Games only 7 seconds behind Ben Cosgrove there in 7th. Marshall to the rear in 9th on a racing soft now. So he'll be looking to gain to the back and Nick the Hammer Games in 8th and possibly Ben Cosgrove there in 7th. But these two have still got a pit for a faster tyre. So Marshall there in 9th, gunning for it. Foot to the floor, flat out. So Moz, does he opt to pit? Yeah, he does. He's in the pits now. Peg Newsom to Moz, 18-second gap. God Give John is coming around now. So Moz is yet to arrive. So what are you looking for a pit stop right there? About 30 seconds, didn't you? Around that area, 28, 29 maybe. So Moz still yet to arrive, and God Give John's coming through that final chicane. Moz has now arrived. They're just changing his tyres. So God Give John will be 2nd. Moz there will be in 3rd, but where would he come out in regards to SN Splash? SN Splash now coming through that final chicane. So Moz is coming up, being released now from his pit stops. SN Splash, yeah, is quite a way behind. He's entering the start finish straight now. Peg Newsom takes the lead of the race, 7.8 second gap with 19 minutes to go. He's on the racing hard. He ain't got a lot of fuel to get to the end, so he will have to pit for fuel. God Give John is 2nd, 7.7 second back from Peg Newsom there in 1st. Moz in 3rd on the racing hard like God Give John. SN Splash on the racing medium, so SN Splash 11 seconds behind Moz. For now, for this fella here, SN Splash is to put his foot to the floor and gain up to Moz and God Give John. That's his mission now. Rob there in 5th. Rob is only 7.4 seconds behind SN Splash. That's enough time for Rob to get to the back of SN Splash, because SN Splash is on the racing medium 100%. So Rob can just concentrate now and focus getting on there. Biggin as well. Biggin can catch up to Rob. So it's happening now. You're going to see things kicking off around about the 10-minute mark. And we've got Ben Cosgrove there in 7th. He's going to pit any moment in time. You've got Nick the Hammer Games. Nick will take that 7th off of Nick the Hammer Games. Ben Cosgrove. So Nick the Hammer Games doing a grand job in that 8th. And we've got Marshall. Marshall took a lot of time out of Nick the Hammer Games. So Marshall took around about 3 seconds out of Nick the Hammer Games already. Nick the Hammer Games been on a racing medium, Marshall on a racing soft. So now Marshall will see Nick the Hammer Games up ahead. So that's Nick Sargent, Nick the Hammer Games, the founder of ESR. So yeah, Marshall will be focusing on Nick up ahead. So God Give John leads this race. Peg Newsom in the pits now. In regards to Biggin's come around that final corner now, heading on start finish straight. So this is going to be close between these two. Biggin's there. We've got Peg Newsom just come out of the pits, just up ahead. So Peg Newsom there, we've got Biggin there. So these two now are going to be battling. Rob, 8 seconds to SN Splash. Lost a little bit of time to SN Splash, because SN Splash as well is on the racing medium. Moz to God Give John is a 7.6 second gap. interesting. So Ben's in the pits now, going on a racing soft. Marshall up to 8th, but you can still see Nick the Hammer again, so there will be a battle forming here in a lap or two. Marshall, oh Marshall, see what I mean now because I saved that marker, you see what I mean? It's not, and it's very, very annoying. I think I've got a problem with these bottom keys like normal. So up we go. God give John still leading the way. 7.5 to 16 minutes left to go. S Moz. Yeah, so work it out now. God give John. Yeah, there's Moz there in the background. God give John. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he's got it in the bag this race. SN Splash, he's on the limit. SN Splash, you've seen the way he come around that final bend there. So SN Splash is on attack mode. Rob's there behind. Rob's again has lost a bit of ground, but Rob's up to 4th, so that's a good lot of points for him. Peg Newsom crossing the timing line now. Biggin and Sip, the gap between Biggin and Nick the Hammer Games is 17, well around about 18 seconds. Marshall there in 8th. Can he gain? Yeah, because he had that error. Can he, Nick the Hammer Games in the pit, so he's going to go on to the racing soft. Marshall will take that 7th off of Nick. Ben Cosgrove 20, well he's 32 seconds behind Nick the Hammer Games. So God give John. Yeah. Again, like Autopolis, he just got it right. He got it bang on the strategy, you know. And he's doing well. He's doing well again. He's doing well again. So Moz there in 2nd. SN Splash in 3rd. Rob there in 4th. I am also I'm selling t-shirts as well. Doing some Idle 4 Gaming, my YouTube channel, Idle 4 Gaming t-shirts. They're cheap, you know, because you get a lot of shirts that are like £18, £20, but I'm selling mine for £9.50, free posters as well. A pound of that does go to charity. So I'm looking at more detail into streaming, like Streamlabs and that, but there's a fee for that. So some of the money will go to that. So if you're interested in a t-shirt, just pin me a message. I might get one sent out to Rob there in 4th. Now pitting now down to 5th. So Peg Newsom does take that 4th. Biggin in 5th. So Biggin to Rob. Rob will fall down to 6th. Now the gap between these two here is 32 seconds, but Marshall's come around at finals. Okay, now Rob's entered the pit box. How much fuel will he put in? Because Marshall now has come around the final corner. This is going to be close. So Rob still refueling. Marshall crossing the start-finish line now. So Rob being released. So this is going to be close between these two, you know. There's Marshall. He's got 6th. Rob on the racing soft will now try and gain to the back of Marshall there in 6th. 13 minutes to go. Wow. 13 minutes to go. Ben Cosgrove there in 8th. Nick the Hammer Games in 9th. So, quick recap. God give John battling away with SN Splash at the start. He managed to get past SN Splash around about lap number 3 or 4. And from that point, God give John has led the race with 12 minutes 52 seconds to go of the race left. But we've got Moz in the background. He was just lurking there, just buying this time, so it's worked out for him. But SN Splash has took out 2.5 seconds from Moz there in 2nd. So Moz got to be careful, because SN Splash has still got enough time to get to the back of Moz. You see? Peg Newsom 13 seconds back from SN Splash in 3rd. Biggin in regards to Peg Newsom is 6.2 seconds back from 4th. So Marshall 22 seconds behind Biggin. Biggin in 5th, Marshall in 6th. That's a big ask, you know, to get back up to that 5th. But then Marshall will have the attention of Rob there in 7th. So Rob there in 7th will be hunting Marshall down. Then we got Ben Cosgrove into Nick the Hammer Games as well. Nick the Hammer Games is only 7.6 seconds behind Ben Cosgrove. So what can Nick the Hammer Games do? Can he get into the rear? Because Ben Cosgrove now is on the racing soft. I'll come back to this in a moment. Godgift John still leading away. Moz still clawing a bit of time out of Godgift John there in first. SN Splash 100%. It took out 4 seconds in just over 2.5 laps. That's a massive amount of time. Yeah, SN Splash got a pit anyway. Did spot that one, did you, Darren? No, you didn't. SN Splash has got a pit. So that enable Peg Newsom to get that third maybe. So Peg Newsom could get the final podium spot because SN Splash is yet to arrive at his pit stop. Still not. So Peg Newsom inherits that third position. He's arriving now. Biggin 7.6 seconds behind Peg Newsom. Biggin on the racing medium. Peg Newsom there on the racing medium as well. SN Splash, Marshall to Rob, a 1.7 second gap between 6 and 7. Ben Cosgrove to Nick the Hammer Gates, 8.7 second gap between these two. So yeah, we've got battles forming to the rear, and we've got Godgift John pulling out that bit of a gap still. So it's close, it's falling, then it increases, falling, then increases. 10 minutes to go of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Moz is second, around 30 to Catalunya in Barcelona. I think after this we'll have 2 rounds left. Peg Newsom there in third. Oh, and again, almost ran it a bit deep into that gravel. And that would have cost him again. Yeah, so Godgift John, 9 minutes left, 7.9 second. Hang on a minute. So they run that minimum amount of time when that racing hard. So these two are opting to pit. So these two, I think, will finish. But Moz is staying out. Interesting. But Moz will have to pit end of this lap. So Godgift John's arriving now. Peg Newsom, hang on a minute. I'm going to be up to second. What's going on there? Because this gentleman here has got enough fuel and his tyres are okay to get to the end. Godgift John, splash and dash, change them tyres. So Godgift John, Biggin now takes third, or does he? Because Godgift John, no. So Biggin up to fourth, Godgift John down to third. So Peg Newsom there is second. Now can he keep that gap between him and Godgift John? Because Godgift John is on the racing salt. Now Godgift John will floor it because he isn't a slow racer, and he will take that time out of Peg Newsom. So with 8 minutes to go and 5 seconds between second and third, anything can happen. Moz is going to have to pit. Again, he hasn't got enough time to come out in first because Peg Newsom will inherit that first when Moz pits. Marshall there in the pits now. Ben Cosgrove up to 7th. So Ben Cosgrove on a faster tyre. Nick there just entering the start finish straight now. Nick in 8th. Marshall in the pits. Pits in 9th. Where does he come out in regards to Ben Cosgrove? Ben Cosgrove, yeah, he's through. Nick the Hammer Games in 9th. Nick, he can battle, get to the rear of Marshall. 2 second gap between these two. Moz in the pits now. Peg Newsom to Godgift John, a 4.4 second gap to Godgift John already. Took a bit of time out of Peg Newsom. So 7 minutes to go this race. It happens all the time. 10 to 8 minutes left of the race. It always kicks off, and it's 7 minutes. We're thereabouts. Things are going to unfold. We've got Godgift John in third. We've got Peg Newsom there in first now. So he's leading the race, this gentleman. He's had a good race this evening. Hats off to him, you know. 4.1 second gap to Godgift John. 7 minutes to go. Can Godgift John claw down Peg Newsom in first? Can Biggin as well? Can Biggin get into the rear of Godgift John? 7 second gap. That's a lot, but we'll wait and see. Moz comes out in fourth, but he's got the attention of SCM Splash behind him. So SCM Splash in fifth. Moz in fourth. He's like, hello, Moz. I would like that fourth off of you. And I was like, hey, you got battle for it, my son. You got battle for it. 10 seconds behind SM Splash is Rob there in 6th. Ben Cosgrave, a 21 second gap between him and Rob. Marshall to Nick Hammergain's 3 second gap. So Nick Hammergain's can technically gain to the back of Marshall. Fresh set of tyres from Marshall. Nick Hammergain's got a bit of wear on his tyres. So up the front we go. Peg Newsom to God Give John is a 3.2 second gap. So 1.5 seconds this gentleman took out of first position. Biggin is up to 3rd. Biggin on the final podium spot. Moz and SN Splash will be battling for that 4th position, but then Moz will want to get up to the back of Biggin in 3rd. So not only have we got the battle between 1st and 2nd, we also have a battle for the final podium position, which is Biggin in 3rd, Moz in 4th, SN Splash in 5th. Rob unfortunately is a bit too far away. So 3rd, 4th and 5th battling it out for that final spot on the podium. 3 cars there. Up ahead we have Peg Newsom and God Give John, a 2.3 second gap. It's not over yet. It's not over. And this is what I enjoy most about the GR2 league, you know. So SN Splash is gaining to the rear of Moz, but Biggin is losing ground to Moz in 4th. SN Splash is on it. Be careful that back end. You lose that back end, it's going to cost you that possible final podium spot. Behind SN Splash is no one. So SN Splash concentrate on Moz and Biggin up ahead. But going up the front, the gap is 1.6 second gap with 5 minutes to go between Peg Newsom and God Give John, 1st and 2nd. I love it when this happens, you know. In any racing leagues, what I do when battles unfold, you know, it's brilliant. It's brilliant to see strategies come into play, and it's all happening now, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and 2nd gonna come into a battle. We've got Biggin, we've got Moz looking in the inside of there of Biggin. Let's go on board with Moz. Moz to the rear of Biggin there in 3rd. We've got SN Splash behind as well. There's under half a second separating these. And Moz looking down the inside there of Biggin as he made that move stay. And Biggin around the outside of Moz. No. Biggin's lost that ground to Moz, but SN Splash looking for the inside as well. SN Splash in 5th. He's like, yes, coming on through Biggin, but Biggin will defend as well. Heading through the chicane now. 4 minutes to go. Up ahead, we're going to have a close battle as well. Peg Newsom to God Give John is just over half a second, and he's come back to this in a minute. Moz in 3rd, Biggin in 4th. SN Splash in 5th. SN Splash will be in that slipstream. I need to go back up to the front because that's where it's happening. We've got God Give John under half a second between 1st and 2nd. Peg Newsom, can he hold that lead? We've got SN Splash up to 4th, pulling to the right of Biggin there, and he gets that move done for 4th, but Biggin will give a fight back as well. He won't give up easy, Biggin. He's renowned for that. Moz in 3rd. Bit of a gap to gain up to 2nd. We've got God Give John batting away here with Peg Newsom down the inside. Does he make that move stick? Will Peg Newsom come back and go for the switchback? He does. God Give John takes out 1st position off of Peg Newsom there. Great battling from these top 5 this moment in time. So Biggin now fallen down to 5th. SN Splash in 4th. He'll be looking to gain to the back of Moz there in 3rd. So Moz in 3rd. 13 seconds between 2nd and 3rd. So the battle again will be between these two. So SN Splash does want that final podium position off of Moz, but Moz will give off a fight as well. Biggin, unfortunately, tyre wear coming into effect on the racing medium as well. He's lost a bit of ground now, but he did give up a fight. God Give John leading the way. Peg Newsom in 2nd, Moz in 3rd, Splash in 4th, Biggin in 5th, Rob in 6th, Ben Cosgrave in 7th, Marshall in 8th, and Nick the Hammer Games to the rear in 9th. 2 minutes to go of this race. Well, 2 minutes 40 seconds down to be precise. So SN Splash there behind Moz. 1.8 second gap. That's enough time for SN Splash to get to the rear. I say that, and he has a massive moment coming out of that chicane. So Moz may keep that 3rd position, but we'll wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. We will wait and see. So leading the way, God Give John. Fast slap still at SN Splash. God Give John in 1st. We have got Peg Newsom there in 2nd. In 3rd we have Moz. SN Splash unfortunately now has lost ground to Moz with that bit of a moment coming out of that chicane. In 5th we have Mr. Andy White Biggin. in 5th. 6th we have Rob, the reigning champion of the GR2 category. 7th we have Ben Cosgrove, new this evening, in 7th. Marshall as well, Marshall's new this evening, he's in 8th. And to the rear we have Nick the Hammer Games in 9th. 1 minute 40 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. Panos will be sooner or later starting his final lap of the race. Some great battling for the last couple of minutes, to be precise, not first, the last couple of minutes, and it all kicked off, you know. But SN Splash 2.5, unless Moz does an error in 3rd, then yeah, SN Splash will inherit that 3rd. But unfortunately, I don't think there'll be enough time. So God give John, like I said a few moments ago, well, a few laps ago, he had the battle with SN Splash there for a few laps, but God give John got by. Yeah, the lead swapped in pit stops, but God give John, he will be looking for his 2nd straight win in a row. He will, by the looks of it, take the lead of the GR2 championship as well, barring any penalties or whatever, but I don't think he's going to get any penalties. Anyway, Peg Newsom there, great outing from him in 2nd. Moz in 3rd, so I bet he'd be delighted with that 2nd. Moz in 3rd, great battling between him, SN Splash and Biggin. So hats off to all of them, you know, to see whether they come last or 1st or whatever, you know, they're all equal in my eyes. Ben Cosgrove there, hope you enjoyed this evening, hope he does come back next week, but we'll wait and see. Marshall as well, hope he comes back next week and continues on. Nick the Hammer Games there in light. So heading on to the final lap of this race, God give John, great race from him, you know, great race. Strategies the past couple of rounds, Autopolis and Catalunya, he's got it bang on. 6.2 second gap to take it nice and easy. Head around now, not far to go. It's like, yes, look at me, I'm bringing it on towards the end of the season. And God give John, just about make it. 30 laps of this race, pure concentration for each and every one of these drivers, you know. 50-minute endurance ain't easy, can be quite difficult, but God give John, heading around the final corner now, so God give John, many congratulations. God give John takes a win of this race, 2nd straight win in a row. Peg Newsom, a brilliant drive from Peg Newsom there, he takes that 2nd position, so well done to Peg Newsom as well in 2nd. Moz had great battling, but Moz takes the final podium position. SN Splash having that bit of a moment, so Moz in 3rd, SN Splash in 4th. Biggin, great drive from Biggin as well. Biggin will cross the line in 5th. Fuel and tyre wears, yeah, it's a tyre wear mainly to come into effect, but Biggin takes 5th. Rob in 6th, very well done for Rob. Ben Cosgrove, new this evening to the series, hope he's enjoyed it, but Ben Cosgrove will cross the line in 7th. Hope to see him back next week, but we'll wait and see. This is called in the day, but Ben Cosgrove there in 7th position, cross the line in 7th, very well done indeed to Ben. There we have Marshall, cross the line in 8th, very well done to Marshall. And we have the founder, the runner, the guy that runs everything, does everything, Nick the Hammer Games, the founder, in 9th position. Yeah, so God give John, well done. Peg Newsom and Moz, top 3 of this race. Well, outstanding race. We lost Timothy, he's got a toothache, that's understandable, and once they kick in, they hurt. So God give John takes the victory, you know. Hats off, my man. Hats off. Hope you enjoyed that. I do appreciate you watching, taking the time out to watch the stream. Does mean a lot. But going for the final results of this race, this intriguing race, very interesting indeed. So the final race results were: God give John, he had that battle in the way of SN Splash at the start of the race. So God give John inherits the win. 2 straight wins in a row for God give John. Peg Newsom there, brilliant from him, you know. Brilliant race from him. He takes that 2nd, and I bet he's thrilled about that. Moz, bit of battling with SN Splash and Bigger, but Moz come out on top with SN Splash having that bit of a moment a few laps towards the end, coming out of that chicane. The back end kicked out, and he had to control it, so he lost a bit of ground to Moz in 3rd, SN Splash in 4th, Biggin in 5th, Rob, hope he's happy with them points in 6th, Ben Cosgrove in 7th, hope you enjoyed this evening, Marshall there in 8th, Nick the Hammer Games, who runs ESR, the founder in 9th. So that was Catalunya. We head on to the we've got 2 rounds left, I think I'm right, but apart from that, great evening, absolutely fantastic evening. But yeah, I've been Idle Gaming, Darren Baldwin. You have a great evening. Check out Elder Sim Racing. Like I said, there's spaces in that Yaris league, and there's spaces in this league as well for the final 2 rounds. It's up to you, your call. But apart from that, you all take care. Have a great evening, a great week. I'll be back on the weekend for some more commentary on my Idle Gaming channel. But apart from that, you all take care. And yeah, much love. Goodbye.